Keanu Reeves is a name that resonates across generations, a figure whose life blends the extraordinary and the deeply human. For over 5 decades, he has traversed Hollywood as if it were both familiar and foreign territory, leaving a trail of iconic performances and quiet acts of kindness. From the mind-bending world of The Matrix to the relentless vengeance of John Wick, his work has earned billions and captured hearts. Yet behind the fame lies a life marked by profound loss, resilience, and grace, a story that reveals how tragedy can shape a man who remains gentle, humble, and profoundly human. Early life. Birth in Beirut and a father lost born, Hanu. Charles Reeves on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon, Keanu entered a world teetering between beauty and chaos. His Hawaiian name means cool breeze over the mountains, a poetic echo of his father's Chinese-Hawaiian heritage. Samuel Nolan Reeves, Jr., a geologist, left when Keanu was 3, abandoning his family without explanation. Patricia Taylor, his mother, struggled to provide stability as she worked and remarried 3 more times. Keanu's childhood involved constant movement: Sydney, New York, Toronto, leaving him with a sense of impermanence that would shadow his early years. Grandparents and nannies became his anchors as he navigated a life shaped by absence and unpredictability. Childhood struggles, education, and dyslexia. School was never easy for Keanu. Dyslexia made reading and learning feel like insurmountable challenges, while frequent moves left him attending 4 high schools in 5 years. At the Etobicoke School of the Arts, he was expelled for being outspoken and too rambunctious, a reflection of his restless energy. Yet even in the chaos, he discovered refuge in sports, particularly hockey. As a goalie, he earned the nickname The Wall, standing between chaos and order, a role he instinctively embraced. It was here that he learned to absorb pressure without collapsing, a lesson that would later mirror the tragedies he would face in his personal life. Finding escape. Theater and acting. Theater became Keanu's lifeline, a space where he could inhabit lives far from his own struggles. On stage, he could step into other worlds and temporarily escape the instability of his home life. Acting became not a quest for fame, but a necessity for survival, a way to transform pain into purpose. The discipline, immersion, and empathy required in theater taught him to process emotions deeply, preparing him for the heartache that awaited. This early immersion in storytelling would later inform his iconic performances, allowing audiences to sense an authentic depth behind even the most fantastical roles. Breaking in, Los Angeles, and early roles. At 17, Keanu moved to Los Angeles with little more than ambition and resilience. Jobs were odd, menial, and exhausting, but he persisted, auditioning relentlessly. His first paycheck, $3,000 for young blood, reflected both his talent and the modest beginnings of his career. The struggle was constant: thin-walled apartments, cheap meals, and the haunting question of whether he had made a mistake. Life demanded patience and endurance, teaching him to appreciate small victories. The first taste of success arrived in 1986 with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, a comedy that became a cultural touchstone, proving that earnestness and charm could win hearts as reliably as any blockbuster spectacle. Triumph and transformation. The Matrix and John Wick. Keanu's career reached legendary status with The Matrix, transforming him into a philosopher warrior and redefining modern action cinema. He earned recognition not just for skill, but for an intensity that married physicality with introspection. Later, John Wick would channel rage and grief into art, illustrating his ability to translate personal loss into universal emotion. Beyond the box office, over $1.5 billion collectively, Keanu cultivated a reputation for humility and generosity. He built a life that mirrored the characters he portrayed: disciplined, courageous, and empathetic. Success for him became a tool to empower others rather than a marker of self-importance or a reason to isolate himself from the world. Personal tragedy. Loss beyond imagination. Despite public acclaim, Keanu's life has been defined by grief. A best friend collapsed and died at 23. A daughter was stillborn on Christmas Eve. A girlfriend died in a tragic accident 18 months later. His sister battled leukemia for a decade, forcing him to put personal ambitions aside to care for family. Each loss left scars, yet he endured with remarkable composure. These tragedies taught him that survival is not a passive act, but an active daily choice. His ability to carry sorrow gracefully became a model for resilience, showing the world that enduring pain does not preclude living with generosity, empathy, and dignity. Love and companionship. Alexandra Grant. In Alexandra Grant, Keanu found not a Hollywood romance but a deep companionship rooted in shared creativity and mutual respect. They had known each other for over a decade before going public in 2019, choosing friendship as the foundation of their bond. Unlike cinematic love stories, theirs is understated yet profound. A partnership of equals who complement rather than complete each other. Together, they attend art openings, collaborate on projects, and live modestly despite Keanu's wealth. Their connection illustrates a key truth in his life. Healing does not mean forgetting loss, but learning to breathe through it, and choosing love and understanding in a world that often undervalues both. Kindness as a lifelong practice. Keanu's generosity extends beyond relationships, defining his public persona. He rides subways, buys meals for strangers, gifts motorcycles to crews, and hands out substantial bonuses anonymously. His net worth, estimated at $380 million, has not led to ostentation but to thoughtful, purposeful giving. These actions demonstrate that true heroism is not measured by accolades or possessions, but by the impact one has on others' lives. His philosophy is simple yet profound. Gratitude, compassion, and humility are not optional. They are essential. Through this lens, his fame becomes secondary to the enduring human connections he cultivates every day. Wisdom. Through grief, a reflection on life. Keanu speaks about loss and grief with the authority of lived experience. When asked what happens after death, he responded, "I know that the ones who love us will miss us." It is neither clever nor abstract. It is the honest insight of someone who has lost deeply and learned to treasure memory. He demonstrates that grief does not end, but can be transformed, allowing one to live fully even in the shadow of sorrow. By choosing empathy and kindness repeatedly, he sets an example. Life's measure is not the absence of tragedy, but the courage to meet it with integrity and heart. Legacy. Heroism in everyday life. Today at 60, Keanu Reeves stands as a model of dignity, humility, and resilience. A superstar who avoids arrogance, a wealthy man who rejects extravagance, he embodies heroism defined by compassion rather than spectacle. His life, from Beirut to Hollywood, from childhood abandonment to thoughtful companionship, teaches that surviving is an active practice, and generosity, a deliberate choice. He shows the world that even when life is unkind, one can remain gentle, authentic, and present. Through his actions and his art, Keanu demonstrates that courage is not always grandiose, and true strength often lies in quietly choosing kindness in a world that makes it difficult. Conclusion: a life worth celebrating. Keanu Reeves' story is one of endurance, generosity, and quiet heroism. From unimaginable loss to extraordinary achievements, he has become a beacon of resilience and compassion. His life teaches that grief can coexist with joy, that wealth is meaningful only when it eases others' burdens, and that kindness is the most radical act of all. As he continues to walk through life with humility and grace, he reminds us that surviving hell can lead to a deeper understanding of heaven. If Keanu can emerge from tragedy still believing in goodness, so can each of us, by choosing love, compassion, and courage every day.